Wait, Daquan's not on this team. I don't
Oh,
have
not
either of them
Daquan.
added.
Myth or what's his name?
Oh, no, I don't have either, so I'm gonna ask
Hamlinz.
him.
You don't have Hamlinz? All right, brother. Dude, I'm excited, bro. I'm so excited. I'm ready, dude. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm shreddy.
I'm ready.
Me and Myth were supposed to play some duos a while ago. We never did, so I guess this is the first time we're playing.
I appreciate everybody in the chat. I love you.
I love you guys.
All right.
This is the finals now.
20. Yeah, I'm gonna tweet up 20K finals versus Myth and Hamlinz.
I'm gonna type this out. Do you want thieves or thief?
Thieves.
Okay. How do you spell Hamlinz?
Ham Linz.
All right, let me. He still hasn't added me.
You might have friend requests turned off.
No, I
TG.
turned it off already.
All right, Myth added you. TSM Myth.
No, there's no friend request.
You sure?
I got it.
Got it?
I got it.
What's his thing? TSM Myth?
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
He invited me here. Bro, I have a headache now. Jace.
We got this, brother.
What up, TG?
All right, you ready for this, TG? Who was that in?
Here, let me invite you.
Yep.
You gotta talk. I don't get the mic plugged in. I said one west, one east, if that's cool. Good luck, man. We're facing TSM again.
Well, they host.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Finals. Typical gamer and thief versus Myth
go.
and Hamlinz.
Yeah. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. You ready?
Arf.
Arf.
I'm ready,
What
bro.
are we doing?
I don't
What are
know.
we
We're
doing?
barking. We're barking like dogs, man.
All right.
We're barking like dogs.
Bitch, I'm a dog. All right.
My body's ready, man.
All right, you ready for this, babe?
I was born ready.
Yo, get up.
Mark it, bro. Mark the end.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's do this, baby. Let's do it.
Let's get it. Hey.
Hey.
You ready, baby?
I'm ready, bro.
Let's go, baby.
Shake and bake,
Everybody
bro.
in the chat. Let's go. Let's go.
Got some
You guys,
shake and bake in chat.
salty dogs, man. Let's go. Andre, same strats. You know.
Same stats.
Andre, listen. All we have to do is win this first and second game, and the whole thing's over. You ready?
All right, yeah, dude. This is our time to shine, man. This is our opportunity. You're gonna have your name in lights if you win this, Thief. Come on.
All right, let's go. I forgot to turn off donation music, but it's all good, brother.
It's all good. We're going back lot or what?
Oh, they're going with us. They're going with us.
We're going back lot?
Well, they're going with us, so we should just go with Salty.
All right, let's do it, man.
What do you think? Opinions? Opinion?
I don't see anybody yet, so I can't judge.
Well, there's a team here with us.
My landing's gonna be.
Yo, we should land.
Daquan from prior.
Yep.
But we could obviously see potentially the revenge story, or on the opposite, we could be seeing Typical Gamer and Thief, our first double champions, our first two-time victors here for the Friday Fortnite tournament. It should be awesome, and of course the action kicks off here and now. It's no longer time for Blitz. It's back to regular Fortnite mode. Where are we landed, Taylor?
Well, definitely looking at it, probably Salty is going to be the best bet. These teams love to go there, and in fact, it's one of the better places to go. They love to hit up that 3-story house, but it looks like Thief, he's got other plans in mind. He's going to hit up this house just on the other side of this hill. And then he's going to join up with his teammate just down there. So good stuff coming in, but TSM, of course, they're at Salty as well. So both teams sticking pretty close together. And you know what? You got to keep an eye on that other team, especially this close to the money, right? We got $10,000.
Hamlinz has already dropped.
Hamlinz got dropped from up above, and now we got a shotgun going against a revolver. But if anybody could do it, it could be Myth. He gets some damage on him. He takes some shots, but he puts shots on the other player as well. Building
C4?
up. C4 going
comes
down.
out.
Huge kills. This is a big opportunity
Myth,
for the team.
2 health.
2 health dream. Can he make it happen?
Oh, my God.
So much on the line, and with just a revolver, this is going to be a dream for Typical Gamer and Sword
Oh,
Thieves.
my God.
Here it is.
Building
Here's
enemy
a shot. He
gets
takes
it.
him down. What a massive play coming in there from Myth as he absolutely goes huge. The elimination comes through as well. And with 2 HP and a dream, he could possibly actually res Myth in this situation. What an unbelievable play. A gray revolver. The one weapon that you don't want to have in Fortnite. He happens to grab and he goes absolutely massive. He totally saves the game. And we talk about
a med kit.
And we talk about
Wow.
how influential, how quickly these games can go, how long they can last in a matter of seconds. The grand final could have been over.
Yeah.
But it's still back and underway. TSM, I don't know how you just did it. Myth, I don't know how you just pulled that off, but he manages to do so. And just like that, we got our grand finals ready and set back to go, gentlemen.
And we were just saying, like, this is the same situation we had week 2. Hamlinz came out of loser's bracket with Daquan going against these same players, Typical Gamer and Thief. And this is the fatal difference here is Myth. Nothing against Daquan, but Myth has been playing lights out all throughout this loser's bracket. We just saw a phenomenal performance in loser's finals and picking up right where he left off and literally the worst possible situation going against attack shotty, low in health, gray magnum. And he makes the edit window. He gets the down, and now they're right back in it. And they are losing by two kills, but they're in the running right here.
I can't even.
Like you would talk about like a total tone difference that we had from what 30 seconds ago to now.
I am shooketh. I got to tell you, man. No, seriously. I mean, you talk about how 2 health, and then now they come back, and of course now they're looking at least okay whenever it comes to health and shield, but only Myth in that situation could pull that off. The composure that he had with that player, and of course that player probably has no idea that he almost just ended this tournament for TSM. But now Typical Gamer and Thief, they have their hands full, right? They've got it come through, but of course they're all sticking together. They're going to be stealing kills left and right, and honestly, I think this is going to be extremely close.
And one thing that I'm starting to love a lot more about, compared to Fortnite week in and week out, is the ability for how long these games can last and how quickly they can end. We almost just awarded $10,000 basically within the first 30 seconds of the game. Like, these matches have such an unpredictable lifespan that it just makes such an intense and awesome, sequence of moments. Every engagement could be each team's last. Every moment, every shot means so much for these players. And we talk about not just the money that's on the line, but the pride is as well. You talk about TSM. These two guys are on what's arguably probably one of the better competitive teams in all of Fortnite esports right now. And then you have Typical Gamer and Thief, who are making the name for themselves as being a dominant duo themselves and not even being on a dedicated esports team. So, I mean, there's just so much, kind of credit. There's so much, just overall presence on the line, and just makes things even more exciting. But just as we start to talk about that, 2 quick kills actually come in from Typical Gamer, just to add on to the overall totals here, as there's going to be loot galore for the time being. As, of course, in the top left of our screen, Typical Gamer a little bit delayed there, so they aren't necessarily on another spree for kills. This is just kind of a matter of a replay in this situation to see exactly how he managed to pick these up. But double pump, or rather the pump mattered with the tactical shotgun is absolutely deathly combo when he got it in this man's hands.
I really love those jump rock plays too. When they released that in the game and made Dusty Divot like one of the best places to land for those jump rocks. Coming from Gears of War, third-person shooter, it's a lot about movement. And in this game, when you have those jump rocks or when you have a jump pad, you're able to impulse grenades. When you're able to do all these crazy moves and still line up your shots. It's so fun to watch. It really is.
Look at that, 6-1 is going to be it. 5-kill difference for the men of Typical Gamer and Sword Thief. Of course, these guys have already been in the winner's circuit before. Hamlinz so close. He's trying to make his way through and get a win himself. TSM guys have been playing out of their minds, but of course, Typical Gamer and Sword Thief, they have been playing just as well throughout this tournament. In fact, earlier in the tournament, they actually beat the TSM boys. So this is a match they've already won against them. So, of course, they know exactly how TSM is going to play, and if anybody would know how to beat them at this point, it's Typical Gamer and Sword Thief. Of course, now looking at Sword Thief on your screen, he's got a player just ahead of him. He's going to try and mow him down, but look at Hamlinz trying to move his way in there, but not quick enough. He's going to go ahead and get the knock. As we're going to see, he's going to go back down to Dusty and continue his domination fashion. As look at that, trying to take another one from the TSM boys. Can he land some more shots? Myth was trying to pick up that kill, going straight towards him.
Oh, this is...
And this is
right
this is what's so dangerous about sticking together. And that player says hello, gets right in front of him, and gets an easy kill. And that's what we're talking about, guys. Sticking together is so crucial sometimes because you could steal the kills from the enemy team.
And Thief in that situation says, I don't care how high your vertical is. I'm going to take you down no matter what. So nice elimination there coming in from that squad as well. But take a look at the kills right now. It looks like 9 right now for Typical Gamer and Thief. And I believe 3 in total there for TSM, all solely
just one?
coming in. Or
just one.
Oh, I thought that was a 3.
Coming out real
that's
flat here.
My apologies. Yeah, so only 1 actually there from the TSM guys. My apologies there. But yeah, a very hefty lead as the time currently stands. And we talk about the ability of how fast these games can go. This isn't even a blitz game. We're already down to, what, 26 players now in the match?
Yeah, total engagement's right about 26, 27. So definitely looking pretty slim pickings at this point, but sticking together, obviously. They've been fighting for kills, and Typical Gamer and Sword Thief have been the guys to win that battle so far. Of course, they're just going to say Dusty Divot, try and get some kills over here. No, obviously that being the central focal point, he's going to go and use that jump pad and come forward. But as you notice, you look on your screen, at least at Typical Gamer, the TSM boys, they've already moved out, but Sword Thief is hot on their tail. And we're seeing Typical Gamer looking to make his way over there as well. So TSM, TSM, they're just at this point trying to get some distance between Typical Gamer and Thief to stop that team killing. But you know what? They're not able to do so.
And one thing that we noticed, of course, from the Week 2 game that they had against each other, of course, to kind of bring up the rivalries, of course, like I said, it wasn't Myth in the situation. It was Daquan playing alongside of Hamlinz. One thing that Typical Gamer and Thief were known for doing is sticking with the enemy no matter how much of a lead they had. It didn't matter if it was 2 kills or 20 kills. They were staying with the enemy at all costs. And that's such an annoying strategy to have, but such a smart one as well, is consistently being on the enemy heels. If you have the advantage, why not make it more difficult for the opposition to have to face off against those things? And that's not a strategy that TSM is known for doing. When you look at both these squads, totally different play styles when it comes down to a matter of having a lead versus not having one. So it's going to be a very interesting aspect to see how the game kind of continues on. And if you're TSM, really, it's going to be a matter of, we really need to have this lead. If not, we're going to be having Typical and Thief with us the entirety of the rest of the match.
And keep in mind also, TSM has been playing Blitz for the majority of this tournament, being a loser's bracket, and now they're finally going back to regular BR squads. And Thief and Typical Gamer just coming out hot here. Meanwhile, that one Magnum kill that saved the game for TSM is the only kill they have here in this first round of Grand Finals.
That's so true.
But we've seen them pick up, and we've seen what they're able to do, and the fact that they're still running around and they're still in this battle royale means that anything could happen.
Yeah, they're stuck in this unfortunate circumstance where there's just no opponents that they can find at this point. They've been searching far and wide, and there's no one there.
If you're going to find them, though, they're probably at least going to be one player linger against Tilted Towers. They're kind of few and far between from time to time, but looks like, at least for the most part, I believe we see Hamlinz and Thief both lingering inside of Tilted, depending on where exactly the locations, what buildings they want to go to is up to them. But
so
I
they
believe
split into
Myth
two
actually,
teams of two.
Yeah, I believe Myth does find one kill in this exact situation here. So nice knockdown, has the ability to find a second as well as Thief here is Typical here. And it looks like, yes, Typical will actually knock out that player who he happened to trap. Oh my gosh, Typical says thank you very much for that one.
Yeah,
great building skills, wow.
Yeah, Typical Gamer coming out on top in that engagement right there. Myth only able to get one kill, and meanwhile Typical Gamer picks up 2. So maintaining this lead and this dominance here.
And Hamlinz thankfully takes out that one. I believe Thief is just on his heels at the moment. So both players, both teams really, of 2 essentially having to battle up against one another for these kills. It's kind of a permanent 1 versus 1 going throughout the map. That's such an odd thing to be looking at when it comes down to like regular Fortnite play. But, I mean, squads, these guys just have an absolute excel. I mean, they just play so incredibly well when it comes down to these games. But massive props, and take a look at the kill totals right now. Typical Gamer
11 to 3.
11 to 3, yeah, and the advantage. So 8 kills in total right now. It's basic math for you. Thank you to the production for popping that one up for me, just to feel a little bit more safe. But yeah, looks like the ending zone's coming just toward the northern part of Shifty Shafts.
This has to be one of the most, I guess, one of the biggest maps that we've seen where the players have moved around. We've seen now Dusty, we've seen Salty, we've seen now Tilted, and we're also now seeing Shifty as well.
Wow.
These players are moving to find these kills, and it just comes to show, hey, there's no place where they can't go, right? So, I mean, I don't even know where they're going to finish up, but the fact that we've already seen 4 places, I mean, even in normal mode, of course, where it's slower, that's pretty rare, honestly. We typically don't see this much movement. It just comes to show how much they're searching. But, I mean, it comes to the testament, too, of how hard they're trying to get away from each other. At least in the boys of TSM, they're trying so hard to get away from Typical Gamer and Sword Thief. They just can't do it. They're just right on their heels. And the fact that they split up, both of them split up, just come to testament to show of how tight this competition is.
Well, I think the reason why we see the initiation is TSM wanting to split apart. They don't want to be together as a clumped 4. They want to try to separate themselves. And so as they do that, we see Typical Gamers obviously stick with one. We see Thief stick with the other. So I think that's happening. But just like that, there goes Thief. And unfortunately for him, Typical Gamer is just is pretty far out. Of course, he's on the outskirts of Tilted. Does he make the rush? Of course, the communication coming in right now to Typical on whether or not he wants to try to make that rush, wants to help out his teammate or not. But that's a huge moment in this game for Thief to drop. It's very uncharacteristic for him. But when it comes to Tilted Towers, it is very unpredictable.
Yeah, this game is actually really close right now. It's only about a 5 different kill difference, and it's going to be a 2-on-1. Not many players left in the lobby, but TSM should be able to bring this back to a game 2 where it's going to be pretty close. Yeah. Right now, 7 to 12.
And that's a big break, like you just said there, Ribs, for TSM. Of course, they're down right now. This is their match to come back from. They have to win 2 of these series in order to win tonight's grand final. So, I mean, for them, that's a huge break. And just as I believe kills are beginning to digress, I believe Hamlinz does find an expiring one. Typical Gamer does as well. And I believe Jetpad coming through, and I think Typical might, is going to be here for the res. So happens to get toward his counterpart in Thief.
Wow.
And we'll be able to go for the res. That didn't look possible, but I think thankfully due to that jump pad being placed, it makes it a lot easier for him.
And he picked up a kill. Actually picked up 2 kills. Yeah. No, he got one stolen.
That was one prior.
Okay. That was one prior. Okay. And comes in for the res. So good stuff on his part. This res is really big, especially this late in the game, right? Because the TSM boys, they thrive whenever it comes to being last alive, especially in a 1v2, let alone with none of the teammates being up. But getting that res is absolutely huge. Of course, he's got some minis to pop. He's looking good health-wise, and they're going to push out of Tilted to try and get some more kills, and they actually already find an engagement.
Myth knocks out one.
But Myth does knock out at 1 as we see Sword Thief. He's going to be pushing forward for 1 as well. He spotted 1. He tried to go in for the shot.
Play there coming in for Myth.
For the sniper, but not able to get it. But TSM was starting to heat up just a little bit. We're looking at 9 total kills for them, and on the other end, we got 14. So they made a little comeback. They might have a little deficit moving into second round, but at this point, it's to be said, can TSM tie it up?
And I believe TSM actually finds a few kills
3 players
in that
left.
sequence. Yeah, so they're going to be up to 12 in total now, just short of the 14. So, like we said, down by 2. And I believe 3 players do remain in the lobby. So regardless of who finds these remaining kills, it's going to be a very neck-and-neck game number 2. And for TSM, you're pretty much hoping that Thief would have dropped in that initial fight, would have made things a lot more easier for you in the scheme of things. But
no, they still pretty much secured the rest of the lobby here and slayed out the rest of the lobby, even though, because during that revive, they pretty much got a team wipe.
Yeah.
And here's, the last engagement coming right now. And regardless, we're going to be going into this game, too, with a very close game, which could have been way different if Myth didn't clutch up there in that beginning fight, Salty Springs.
We're honestly probably talking about how this one is probably out of hand. Like we're probably talking about how this is going to have to be a massive clutch for TSM. They have to pull out one of the biggest clutches in Fortnite history. Thankfully for them, that doesn't have to happen, at least as of yet. But yeah, man, that one revolver shot just happened to change the entire tide of the game.
That beautiful edit. He was out of mats. He dodged the C4s, which was beautiful too. The awareness, once that guy threw the C4s out of the bathroom, he put a wall up to protect him. And he was able to edit the window of his own wall to get that last Magnum shot and really save the match for them. Nice headshot there from Thief.
I was about to say, Sword Thief needs this kill to kind of justify being rezzed, right? Because at that point, if Sword Thief would have got rezzed and not picked up a kill after that, then I would have been questioning, was it worth it for Typical Gamer to go
he's on sore for a reason, baby.
Was it worth it for Typical Gamer to go back and pick him up? But I guess it was, as he picks up some kills towards the end, and it's not going to be too bad, right? It's going to be close going into the second one. We'll see Typical Gamer and Sword Thief. They'll have a little bit of an advantage going into it by just a couple of kills, but the TSM boys are hot on their trails. And, of course, as we know, anything can
Word the big bird. That was close, man. That's a close game right there.
Bro, that was such a good game.
I felt like I killed it for once, man.
You did kill it, brother. You did. All right, man. All right, TG, listen.
Let's do it.
All we got to do is make sure they don't have 3 more than us. That's it.
Let's do it.
You know what? Man, oh my god. Yo, thanks for the $1, bro. Alright, ready up.
My body is ready.
You ready? Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yo, for real, I think both sides of the fence. If you're a fan of me, guys, don't go over there and talk trash, all right?
No, yeah, show respect. No,
show
to
respect
everybody.
on both sides, guys.
To everybody.
We're having a great game. Wait, it's very close, and I think both teams are having a lot of fun. So, let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, so Andre, the bus. I'm gonna mark the end of it. Mark the front of it. So the bus is. They're gonna either go retail, anarchy, tilted, or salty. They're probably gonna stay with us. I think they're gonna literally stick with us, dude.
You think so?
Because think about it, yeah. Because they're gonna be like, all we have to do is steal 1 squad kill from them, then we're up. That's what they're gonna think. Trust me. Yeah. So you know what I think we do? I think we just. I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do.
Just relax, Steve. Relax.
We just gotta chill.
You're getting excited. I know there's money on the line, bro, but we good.
We good, baby.
Just play it like it's
a lot of people. Man. This is a really widespread map.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one.
So we're going salty. We're going salty. You think if there's multiple squads, we land at one house, or we land off on our own on the alternate route?
Yep. You ready for this?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. They're going tilted.
They're going tilted?
They're going tilted, or whatever the heck they're doing on the west side.
Good luck, man.
Yo, I think we go alternate salty just to be safe. What do you think?
Pull early then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going straight tilted.
Yeah, there's 2 squads salty.
All right,
one landed at erect. One landed at erect. A couple guys.
The furthest house. Okay.
House? We're all all the way south.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one right here, then east.
There's no chest at this house in the middle, but there's an AR, I believe.
There's a shotgun in there. Okay. Yep.
Oh, there's a shotgun here too. We good.
I'm using minis.
Do you have an extra mini then?
And then in losers finals, again, they had a huge lead, 20-kill lead, 15-kill lead, 15-kill lead. Finally now they need to switch up their gameplay because they're down just slightly, but they're down. And they need to go to Tilted Towers,
well,
and here it is.
Here it is. They're going to be at Tilted. This is definitely an intense, risky play. Will it pay off, though, as we see already in hot pursuit of their first kill? And they managed to get it without taking any fall damage. Mind you, phenomenal stuff landing on that body.
I think his screen's a little bit zoomed in, so it's hard to tell how much health
it is.
has.
Yeah, actually.
I know the top left, it doesn't look like he took much, if any,
I think he landed on the body, which actually broke the fall.
So I've been in this situation. When you jump out of that window from the roof, you usually take about 20, 30 fall damage, but he landed on the down body. That's his
strike. Okay.
That's his
about to say, not like this.
And like I said, man, like at any moment, like at any second, there could be a player around any one of these corners, a one pump to the face, and you're out, and you're done if you're in TSM shoes here. So much on the line. Of course, a Tilted Tower rush. I mean, pretty uncharacteristic. Of course, we see Typical Gamer and Sword Thief kind of hanging around the Salty Springs overall gameplay. And that's one thing too that we brought up in the past. Usually when a team likes to kind of hang with the other squad, the enemy usually then kind of counters by going into Tilted Towers, because why would you want to go with another team when there's such a huge risk in doing that? But a few missed shots there from Hamlinz. Thankfully, the Iron Man was not looking the right way, so Tony Stark will unfortunately be seeing an early exit. But nice plays coming on the opposite end there from Thief as well, as he's up to 1 kill in total. But we're advantage right now to TSM in this particular match.
Taking some shots from above in a fight. He does do some defensive building. He's got to get out of there at this point. He's got to build above. That player in hot pursuit gets some nice shots on him, takes him out with the pistol to finish him off, or excuse me, the tack there. Another player jumping from up ahead, and he gets it again. That's going to be a total of 3 kills from answering back to Myth and Hamlinz, who's currently sitting at 1. And of course, we can't see how many kills Myth is going to be at. That's okay.
I'm sure his chat is spamming right now that it's messed up, but he's so zoned in. He hasn't looked at his chat.
No,
for hours.
You can't.
I hope he doesn't, to be honest. Like, don't even be focusing on anything but this game right now. So, has some shields, has some utility to work with, but getting ready to kind of advance ourselves back here towards Salty Springs. The action is just as much viable here, at least in this game, as a nice shot. Very quick reaction coming in there from Typical Gamer, making everyone look that much more untypical. As he is just on a rampage, man. And these two guys, I mean, they're just on a tear at all times. Like, they could be sent anywhere and are going to find kills.
Absolutely. And there he goes with the kill. Gets a nice knock. Goes for the second up above. And you talk about engagements. You couldn't ask for a better time. All these engagements, I think he just missed a player just behind him as well.
That was his teammate.
Was that his teammate? Okay, cool. But there is another player just below. Teammates sticking together. And I'm telling you, they are just wiping the floor with these opponents. You talk about making a statement and wanting to win at least another $10,000 and be a 2-time champion in our Fortnite tournaments. They're looking to set the standard.
Yeah, they're up 7-2 right now. Not to mention they already have those 3 extra kills, so that's 10-2.
TSM's got to be so frustrated. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we go tilted, and there's more engagements in Salty than there are here.
That is
like,
true. They're already dipping out.
Yeah, that's such a risky strategy in itself. And in this particular scenario, it doesn't work out. We talk about the RNG that comes into every game. Apparently, there just wasn't as many players going to tilted this time around.
It's kind of crazy, right? Because Salty has been a high-engaged area, but not this high-engaged. I mean,
by no means.
You would think, Tilted, of course, you got to find some kills. They found, how many kills? 2 kills?
And it's funny, right? Because this is where TSM goes every single time. They go to Salty Springs 90% of their games, and the one time they don't, that's where all the engagements are. That's just such unfortunate, play coming out in this particular game for them.
But to bring it back, still, how many engagements? We got 45 engagements still remaining.
Good amount of people.
Good amount of people. Typical Gamer and Thief now, it seems like it's slowed down just a little bit. Of course, though, for Myth and Hamlinz, it's never really sped up.
Look,
so they're
Thief
kind
is
of
still engaging now in Dusty Divot.
Dusty Divot is the area too, but of course they're hitting all these really high target profile areas, so they could go down too, and that could lead for TSM to potentially make a comeback. But at this point, they look unstoppable.
Okay, he's running into a player right now trying to build at the high ground, but he has the help of Typical Gamer there, and Thief, Typical Gamer. That's a 2v1. They're going to take that, get another frag there, and I believe they got multiple kills there. They might have got 2 more kills there, and this is running away from TSM right now.
And that's a risky strategy, but it's something that they feel confident in, right? Because they're up, obviously, in the series automatically. They have a 1 series cushion to kind of hold on to. Granted, you don't really want to have to relate to that, but they're feeling confident. They're feeling good. They have the lead. They have the lead when it comes into being in the winners rather than the losers, and they're walking away with it, Ribs. I mean, they're not even taking consideration the fact that they already have the advantage in this game. They're playing as if it's a fresh match.
Yeah, and you saw TSM take that risk, go to go to Tilted Towers, and they did go to Tilted Towers. They played it very conservative, though. They only walked out with 2 kills. Meanwhile, Salty Springs, maybe it's this tournament today. Everybody's been going Salty Springs, so, the majority of the Fortnite Twitch community is in this tournament, and maybe all these players are watching it. They're like, all right, now that I'm done watching because Ninja's out or whatever, let me go Salty Springs now. And now here we are, Salty Springs, 12,
changing the meta.
15, yeah, we're changing the meta one Friday Fortnite at a time.
Oh, so saying these tournaments have shown that Salty Springs is the way to go. That's why I started dropping Salty. You as well.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, Salty is a very dominant place to go.
Yep.
It's a little bit safer than Tilted, but it can also be more volatile as well. It just depends on how you play it. It's all about the drop. You go to that 3-story house. If you manage to lock that down and at least get those couple of chests, it can work out in your favor. As we're seeing now, a 6-kill lead for Typical Gamer and Thief. Now, mind you, they only need to win 1. TSM, they need to come back and win 2 best of 2s, potentially best of 3s, depending if they tie it. But with that being said, Typical Gamer and Thief, they might have a chance, a real chance to be 2-time champions and secure another $10,000 that TSM can't keep locking down these kills.
Well, looking at the score and looking at the amount of players left, this is very salvageable for TSM. 6 kills is nothing. 1 team wipe, and you're right back in it. There's so many players left, 30 players left. And honestly, it's just going to be luck right now. If they could find the first team of 4 and just slay them out. And if I'm Typical Gamer and Sore Thief, I'm gonna go meet up with TSM now.
As I was gonna say, yeah, and that's something that they've been typical to do. No pun intended, of course. Throughout a lot of the game, and according to the minimap, it looks like they're kind of sprinting toward their point of view. So I think that's what they're going to be trying to do here, Ribs. Is
that being said, TSM needs to keep that distance.
Oh, yeah.
They need to keep that distance and maybe even split up at the point. It's a little risky, but you have to do something to make sure that Typical Gamer and Sore Thief don't get the game that they want.
Yeah. If you have a jump pad or something along those lines, like put it down, go your separate ways, and kind of hope to find the kills.
We might be seeing that right here. Yeah. Yeah, they're splitting up here on this mountain right now. And
I'm not sure if they'll try to join up or if they'll.
Well, I mean, this is typical, right, of Myth and Hamlinz. They love to split up, and when they do, they have extreme confidence in each other, especially Hamlinz, who can go out there and just pick up kills as a solo player.
I love his loadout, too.
Myth is, too.
Look at Hamlin's loadout. He's plenty of mats. He has the impulse grenades and the jetpack. It's a lot of mobility. He has the blue pump, the burst rifle, which is great in a team situation, and then he has his trusty green. He's honestly one of the best tactical shotgun players in the game, Hamlinz, in my opinion.
Got a lot of them on TSM, right? Daquan as well. Myth can rock the double pump, too. So, I mean, hey, a lot of great shotgunners on that team in general, and like you said, his loadout's looking pretty solid. But still,
keep in mind though, no heals in that loadout, so he needs to slay out.
That is right, and he just broke off from his teammates. So I mean, hey,
more pulse grenades. We really need to pay attention to Hamlinz here. He can make or break this match right now with his loadout and the fact that he doesn't have Typical Gamer or Thief anywhere near him. He could get these 4 pieces real quick and just keep it moving.
He is in a wide open area, right? But, of course, he's got those building skills to back him up and give him a little bit of leeway whenever it comes to a team fight. Pushing out, nobody home just quite yet. But, of course, it is, like I said, a long passageways that will be able to be seen down. So, of course, we could see a shot fired at him relatively soon. But all is quiet for now as we're seeing some building up here on for Sore Thief. But I think he's just roaming around so far. All is quiet, but the storm is collapsing down.
And I believe Typical and Thief are actually going to be joining up, or they're on the cusp, essentially,
with Myth,
of joining alongside Myth here.
Yes.
So at least eliminating the vision of one player. So, like you said there, Ribs, it's really going to come a lot here on to Hamlinz. Can he make the play?
I think he spotted someone. He's using his impulse grenades to get closer. He doesn't have to worry about fall damage because he has the jetpack. And I want to say that he has to have spotted someone. There's no reason he would use all his impulse grenades.
Unless he's just trying to get as far away as possible, but I think he's kind of already good. Like, just be kind of an awkward play to kind of utilize those then. But
maybe Myth called somebody out and he's trying to converge.
Or maybe he's trying to join up, too, because, like we said, Typical Gamer and Sore Thief are trying to converge with Myth. So maybe Hamlinz is trying to come in for backup so they can have more of an opportunity to steal kills. But I do like Hamlinz still being by himself. He's kind of that wild card.
I think he has to be by himself here because,
spotted and divot.
Because that's the thing that Typical Gamer and Thief are known for. It's sticking with the enemy. They're so good at it. And they're so solid when it comes into stealing kills. We saw that in one of the first games of our first match here is that their ability to kind of walk away with those kills. An extra shot in the body just before the enemy goes down. That's what they're known for. It's Thief's name, for God's sake.
It's a big fight right here. They could pull away with a sizable lead if they're able to pull off these kills here at Dusty Divot. The gas is going to be moving in soon. And I think this could be the tournament right here if they're able to secure about 5-6 kills on these players trying to rotate.
Well, 2 kills just ahead of them as the other team is, in fact, going to be pushing up. They're not building just as high as him. He's got the height advantage. He comes in, manages to pick up 1 knock. Going for the second. He's going to build up, of
Oh,
course, and there's a player.
Typical
Gamer
doesn't get dropped,
Typical
though.
Gamer does go drop. He's going for the res versus getting. Oh no, he goes for the kills,
Big
takes
shot.
all the damage,
Oh my
gets a
God.
knock though with the edit.
not
Talk
gonna get the
about
res.
a shot. Of course, he's still getting pushed. Can't go for the res at this point.
It's a
Landon.
1v2.
It's crazy.
This is absolutely insane play by anyone's stretch of the imagination. Typical Gamer has to dive off the overall fort and has to kind of rush forward. So this is really a massive play here on the backside of Thief. Can he pull this one off? Can he go big? Another snipe to the head.
1v1.
A Thief in the night. What an amazing shot coming through.
He's
the
one
sniper
shot, though, from a
is
shotgun shot.
absolutely insane, and he has to find more kills. This could be the tournament here on the edge of elimination, on the brink of dying. This is all on to
secure that
Thief.
kill.
Secures one and
believe he
has
has
the
2 more
ability to
down.
find 2 more. This is insane play. He knows where one is. Can he find
Wow.
that one as
Nice.
well?
Going
And he
for
does exactly that. Thief finding 3 big kills here at the end,
Think there's
What a
still
trying
clutch.
to make it
remaining, though.
even more awkward for TSM to make the comeback.
Yep.
He might have just solidified it here. Another player, Typical,
He has to reload.
ends up getting dropped. Can he find it? And yes,
He got
Thief is absolutely on a rampage. He might have just sealed the deal completely for themselves to walk away with back-to-back
Wow.
championships.
Big plays there from
Huge
Thief. Amazing
plays.
plays. Because those players were good, but they got caught. This is one mistake you cannot make in this game. You cannot stand still for too long. You will get headshotted by a sniper. It doesn't matter who it is. And right there, just Thief having the right weapon out at the right time, getting those 2 headshots, making the shotgun plays, and he may have just secured himself championship here.
Well, let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully we can get a scoreboard up. I know they have taken the lead by quite a bit, but I'm seeing, what, 5-5-3. We'll see as we're going to continue on. TSM still yet to find a team to eliminate. 29-21, 8-kill lead. Of course, still doable for TSM,
Yeah.
especially with a Typical Gamer going down. Sword Thief last alive. How many engagements? We have 15 total engagements remaining. So by all means, still totally possible for TSM to come back. But
Here
now,
comes Thief. There's
Oh
a
my
full
God.
squad in front of him.
already in an engagement, taking massive shots, but not taking any damage. He's got to build up.
This
He's got to
is it.
build up quick. This player could
There's a
make it or
jetpack.
break it. Can he get it? No,
And he gets
goes
taken
down.
down.
Oh,
Thief is dead, and just like that, it's now at the backside here for
Look at this.
TSM.
They got this.
They have to go big here. It's absolutely possible for them to, let alone tie this game, or to even win this first series. Of course, being in the losers bracket, you see the reaction on their faces. On the flank right now is Hamlinz. He's able to drop one and also finds the second, potentially. They're mobile players, for God's sake. Will find at least 2, and there is the third in his midst. Can he find this one as well? And he will do exactly that.
Wow.
TSM coming back when they absolutely have to. Thankfully, their enemies are down, but there's still more to come. Not many players alive, and can they pull off the comeback? Can they force the second final?
And
Can
here
they
comes the
force the
push.
second series? And here comes another push. Hamlinz yet again using the jump pad valiantly. Can he find these ones as well? All players in front of him. A full squad by himself. It's going to be Myth joining alongside him just behind. Finding one from above. Gets the knockdown onto the second as well. And there should be the third as well. The nice expiring shots coming through. And Myth will find the knockdown. A full squad dead.
Another
And
team
here comes
pushing.
another one.
We're going to. This is definitely going to be a bracket reset here. Hamlinz is just putting on a clinic right now. He's just slaying. He's getting
Wow.
high ground. He's not even using the jetpack. If you notice, he's just building
There's
normally.
no need. He's just
Yeah.
building over top. He's an animal. He is a porta shield in himself.
Oh,
Look at the
he is
people.
not
Got
missing
the
a
accurate-
bullet.
He's not missing a single shot. Goes in for
Oh
1 kill. Brings
my
that. Gets the
God.
second kill. It's sliding up Myth as well. Finally getting another kill too. Of course, someone else coming into the mix, but nonetheless, still a total of 4 engagements for them to
Look
get.
at
I
all
believe
that
at this
loot,
point,
man.
have they tied up the game? I think they have, but it's going to be a close one. Still, they need to secure these last 4 for special, or at least another 2 to secure this victory. Of course, it's still close. We're looking at it. Look how serious he is, and of course, you have to be at this point. We're talking about a total of another $3,000 on the line if they can secure this and force a round 2 for at least another best of 2. And guys, we got it 29-32. TSM has already secured
Yeah.
it, so we're going into
Wow.
another one. And guys, this all
Look
started.
at those numbers, man.
This all
Beautiful.
started with Myth being at 2 health with a gray revolver and a 1v1 with his teammate down. This is how this started. They came back from that, and now they're forcing a second series against the champions of week 2.
Great stuff.
Unbelievable.
That's
Unbelievable.
It's insane to think about. Coming back from game 1, what really would have happened. So, I mean, that's just absolutely insane stuff to be looking at where they were at. I mean, you think about it, right? Thief and Typical, they were up. There was an opportunity, like you said, where it was Myth 2 HP. His teammate is down. You were living off of 2 HP, and you bring it all the way back to make the clutches necessary. They were even down when it came down to this series as well. Making that full-on comeback to take this game from where they come from, I mean, starting from the bottom, I think, is the definition of what this first series consists of.
Unbelievable.
And that's why these guys are sponsored by TSM, man. Like, coming from a competitive standpoint, being sponsored by Team Envious, Ghost Gaming, Team Caliber, I've been on all these teams. You need the composure and you need the resilience in these high intense situations. And even Thief right there, clutching up, getting those kills, but he had to do more. He got that 1-4.
He had so many engagements.
He had to take out that John Wick, and we saw him miss a shot. He gets taken out. And if I'm Sword Thief, I thought I just clinched, and then all of a sudden I die, and then TSM just takes over. They got 15 out of the last like 20 kills.
And Hamlinz walks away with 16 frags there. I mean, that's.
Beautiful.
We were talking about we were discussing how much of a lead that they were. I mean, they were dominating the last 3 games in the losers bracket. They were having no issues whatsoever. They were playing the blitz mode. Their shots were on. And then they come into this game. They start off a little bit slow. We obviously talk about the shot, essentially, is what I'm going to deem it as. The shot with the revolver that Myth ends up making. But now they come off of that victory feeling great. They obviously officially reset the bracket, so we have one final series to decide it all here. I mean, of course, it ends up finishing off 35-29 in the overall score as far as things are considered. But they end up that game in a very hot way. I know, Ribs, we were talking about earlier, a loser's bracket fire that you have after being knocked down in early. You only are gaining momentum as the tournament goes on, as long as you're progressing. And the fire is obviously in their corner right now for TSM.
And they came out flat at first, but right there we saw the TSM that we've been seeing all throughout the day.
Right.
And it's great that they pulled it out again so they could get into this grand final set number 2. And it all comes down to this now.
This is it.
It's a clean slate.
This is massive. This is massive, right? We're talking about another best of 2 coming in clean slate. And honestly, I got to say, this is really, really intense overall. TSM is by far one of my favorite teams. I love the boys over there, of course. TSM, this is their first real opportunity, at least, to take over this championship. I say that, well, then again, Daquan and Hamlinz had a chance, but Hamlinz is hungry for this. Trust me on that. But typical gamers, Sword Thieves, they got to be hurting from that loss. Of course, they had the win going to the end. I definitely thought he had it. We thought he had it, right? I mean, how could you not? But it turns out TSM make that comeback.
And I got to say, too, I mean, we talk about, the competitive, the pro teams. We talk about TSM. We talk about FaZe.
Yeah.
There's absolutely a little bit of a rivalry kind of brewing with these two organizations who are consistently making it far in these tournaments, seeing each other, eliminating each other from the Friday Fortnite matches and whatnot. I mean, the fact that TSM hasn't won one yet, and the fact that FaZe beat them last week, or even, to get toward that victory, they got to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Of course, we see the rosters switch up from time to time. I think we see Hamlinz playing with a few other players the last 2 weeks, but Hamlinz is now obviously joining up with his squad mate. He's playing now with Myth, and it's fair to say, I think if they were able to win this one, it only makes that rivalry even more intense. I mean, the FaZe guys, they were mad after they got eliminated. They're going to come back next week.
Oh, they were mad.
And I'm very nervous for the rest of the competition when it comes down to their next match and whatnot for the next Friday Fortnite. But I mean, I think we have a rivalry brewing. We have, the organizations obviously kind of get decided in the infancy of an esports title, and I think we're right now, at least, we're looking at TSM and FaZe to kind of be the leaders right now of Fortnite.
I want to see Typical Gamer get picked up by
Echo
Fox, Ghost Gaming. Somebody get this guy. He's amazing. And Thief too. I mean, he's sponsored by Soar, but that's a YouTube channel, right? Are they making a competitive team?
It's possible. Sure.
It's possible. I mean, everybody's jumping on with $100 million announced, right? Everybody's jumping on board. It wouldn't surprise me.
Me and you were even talking about jumping on board.
We were even talking about jumping on board.
So,
probably the worst team out there, NA. But you know what? That's okay. Well, NA, Australia, European, whatever you got, you go for it. But honestly, that's what I was talking about. Typical gamer, Soar Thief. They're not professional gamers. Well, in terms of what do we call professional?
He's called a typical gamer for a reason.
But the thing is now, right? I could seriously consider them being picked up, especially with them showcasing these tournaments. And now we are in it, boys. This is going to decide who is going to be our winner for $10,000, who will secure $7,000 for second. Honestly, it's going to be crazy. TSM going against Myth and Hamlinz.
I like it.
Let's see what's happening here. They're going tilted right off the rip. Myth and Hamlinz. Let's see if they can secure some kills. Of course, high risk, high reward. They go down early. That could spell danger. And, of course, I think he just got beat out.
Myth ends up dropping. Myth is already down.
He's not dead yet. Oh.
No.
And last second, Hamlinz tries to save him. He actually maneuvered as fast as he possibly could, as you see it on Myth's screen.
Was Myth the very first player to die?
So that's the thing, because if you were looking at Myth's screen, he came in, and that's why we heard Rib say, oh, no, because there was a player who got just ahead of him inside that window. window, probably picked up a shotgun and gunned him down. And there's not a lot you could do with that situation. Hamlinz in a 1v2, typical gamer Sword Thieves has to be incredibly happy at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, that totally takes the wind out of the sails for TSM in the situation after resetting the bracket, feeling confident, saying, hey, we just reset the entire thing. We're good to go. We can bring this one back. And just like that, I mean, in a matter of moments, the entirety, the communication, the good vibes essentially are absolutely non-existent. Hamlinz, though, has to go big. Like I said, it is a little bit of an awkward spot off the start. He can't make something happen, but being in a permanent 1v2, he is solo inside of Tilted, and there could be squads here at any moment. So
yeah, it all comes down to this initial here. If Hamlinz is able to survive here at Tilted Towers, he will come out of Tilted Towers with at least maybe 10 kills. And right now, I'm sure there's at least 10, 15 players in Tilted Towers, and he is a solo squad. See what he's able to do.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, look at that guy.
Oh, he's down too.
Can he secure the kill? He has a little bit of an obstacle there.
Yeah, he has to
and
get
let's
through
see if
the
he can figure it out.
Well, typical gamer. Well,
and here he comes.
Oh, he's
and
done.
That's
done.
Steve going down.
Wow, and Myth has to be so incredibly happy with that, especially with Hamlinz being in the position that he's in and Tilted. That's huge to secure a lot of kills. And here we're going to see it now as
here comes the build fight.
Typical gamer was going for it.
He's going to pull out the minigun.
And this is such a risky situation because you have Typical, who's kind of off. I think okay, there's a mobile player, but he was just kind of. I think he's in Fatal right now, and then you have Hamlinz, who's literally in the dead center of Tilted. Like you were talking about, totally opposite scenarios for them to be in right now.
He's got a jump pad. I believe a player just jumped up, and of course that's not the player you want to send for your team. He just gets mowed down.
Hamlinz
Hamlinz rips him apart. Of course, that's a blue shotgun as well. I believe he's going to have to actually opts to keep the green tack. Wisely so, of course, has more damage per second, but. Nonetheless, still, answering back is going to be Typical Gamer. He's got 3 kills himself, but of course it's going to slow down for him, but it's going to keep getting even more chaotic for Hamlinz over in Tilted.
That's crazy.
I really love these storylines, man. Winners Finals, we had our first Game 3 of the day. Now we're in set 2 of Grand Finals, and we have our first real 1v1 for this whole game. This whole lobby is going to be a 1v1, and we're just seeing them step up to this challenge, and great gameplay. Hamlinz really is playing with a purpose, and so is Typical Gamer. Beautiful stuff.
And this is a chance, right, for Hamlinz to really kind of prove his skills. Of course, we all know Hamlinz to be an amazing player at Fortnite, without question, but this is his opportunity. If he wants to be known as the greatest player in Fortnite, it's based off of making huge clutches in tournaments of this caliber. Like we talked about, it's a solid 1v1, him versus Typical Gamer for the rest of this game. Who can have the advantage? Who can have the lead? Granted, Hamlinz is probably thanking his good graces, thanking the Fortnite gods that there happened to be a pretty decent player in that long barn in Fatal Fields. But right now, it's a testament, and this is where you kind of prove yourself as being one of the best players in the world, and we'll see who can have the advantage when it comes down to the ending of this game.
This is something you only expect to see here on Friday Fortnite. Incredible storylines, incredible action throughout all of our tournaments. Of course, we even have our Saturday tournament going tomorrow, but right now, TSM looking to secure their first win in our tournaments. They played in every single one of them, but they've never got a champion. But, man, what a crazy showing as it's a 1v1 situation. We have now currently 2 players down below. This is really big for him.
He almost got baited there.
It could be really dangerous. Is he going to hop in or is he just going to stay out? Of course, he could get shot from the back. He's got to watch out. Matter of fact, he is getting shot from the back. He's got to be forced to jump down. He's taking some damage. If he drops down, get fall. Of course, he finds the stairs. He's going to be jumping in. He's still got
I think
those
he should
2 players.
reset here. Okay, he's going to heal up. I'm thinking to myself.
Oh, there's a player?
Oh,
at every angle.
Oh, he's taking so much damage.
Yeah, just disengage, Hamlinz. Disengage. You need to escape. You need to get to a better playing field, essentially.
Builds right now. He should farm one of those mats if he can. The pallets there inside of Trump Tower give you about 60, 70 logs. Get this med kit off. Disengage. He needs to stay up right now. And here comes Typical Gamer right now.
He's got decent 3 frags on Assault Team. It's nothing to be,
Oh,
heavily
he's in a
covered.
build
But
fight.
okay,
He's going to lose his
it's
high
a build
ground.
fight versus, I believe, 2 players.
We could assume,
saw 2 of them.
we could assume he's fighting at least 2 players now, and this is definitely a dire situation. He's going to use the double ramp technique to cover his top. He's going to try to reverse the situation.
It's a big moment right now. Can he
regains
come
high
over
ground.
the tops? Has the ability, has the high ground, like
Big
you just
shots.
said there, Ribs. And yes, will take down one successfully. Of course, he does get the knockdown, so there is a teammate. Where is he lingering? Where is he hiding? That's the question that Typical Gamer has got to be asking himself right now. as the intensity only keeps going.
Okay.
Happens to be above the next enemy.
And you see there the counter to the double ramps. You get on top of that second ramp, and you get a floor
double
above
edit.
it. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So you saw him use the double ramp offensively, and then right there he had the counter to it. You get above that opponent's double ramp.
Right.
You put a mat above it, and then you edit it. And this beautiful stuff. Here comes the snipe. He's going to land it. Typical gamer going off right now. He's going to land 3 in a row. One more
That's also
left.
another knockdown. So there's teammates around here. You like to imagine.
Right.
So,
Oh.
and there they are. Happen to be just on your flank.
Oh, he's taking a huge risk, taking these minis with that player
He's lucky
pushing
he
from the
didn't get
back. He's
headshotted.
lucky he didn't get shot from the back. Of course, though, he's going to go ahead and build up, trying to spot these players. I mean, he has no idea where he got shot. I don't know where he got shot. Of course, it was from the back, but nonetheless, I mean, from where, right? So we're going to have to see as he's going to be trying to snipe out there. I think it was a snipe that at least took him down
You
that
like
much.
to imagine, yeah.
You'd have to imagine
Unless it's
that.
a gold scar that just happened to do 45 damage from that far away. But
Okay, now
insane
Hamlin's
stuff,
back. He somehow
Back
managed
to
to get
Hamlin's
some
screen.
shields.
Uh-oh.
He's still fighting. Outnumbered.
There's
Oh,
the
there's
team.
There's the tomato head from earlier. He's
takes
gonna
him down. Needs to solidify the kill. Able to do so. Has some
Grab those pulse
utility
grenades.
at
I
his
like
back.
it.
Actually rocks the impulses and manages
so
to
smart.
escape to the
I love it,
second
man.
story. Takes down the Tomato Man, and now it's this point where he
Beautiful.
has to catch up, and he will
So
do
smart.
exactly that.
Heads up play there.
Phenomenal play. They're
Wow.
coming in from Hamlinz, needing to go big in the highest priority area. The most influential area is Tilted Towers, and he is soloing it by himself. Ladies and gentlemen, he's facing off against squads of 4. He's one man.
I cannot attest to how smart that impulse grenade was.
Yeah.
Jumping up to the second story, totally lost that other second player. He had no idea where Hamlinz went. Drops back down, picks up the kill. He's sitting at 7 right now. I mean, it's just a battle of the Titans. You got Hamlinz and Typical Gamer, 2 guys that have faced each other off several times in the past.
Look at
Currently
this.
tied up
You- Oh my
7.
And look at this right on the top right, just for the moment. You can actually see how close that yellow arrow, which happens to be
Yep.
Typical
Oh,
Gamer.
yeah. They're going to meet up.
Yeah, they're going to join up with one another, and that's so funny to see because they're literally dead even. They're literally playing as a squad right now. It's kind of like having to betray your friend essentially because they are obviously friends in this game.
But you need that other body just to take some attention away from you.
Right.
And they've been doing these 1v4s, but you see how it gets really ugly. And in this situation, even if it is your opponent that you're fighting with, you need their help. And if they find a shopping cart, let's see if they help each other move around the map with it.
I don't know. That we saw that during one match, but I don't think we're going to see that here. I think it's going to be a
we
little
haven't
bit.
seen too many shopping carts get utilized.
We have it, and the reason is because I think it's just too slow. Plus, you're just a big target, of course, with the directional pads that might, in fact, be added later on in the future that we heard about. That's maybe kind of leaked. That could make a difference, at least make it competitively viable. But
Taylor Intel.
as of right now, I'm not too sure. But you know, one thing that per sources, but one thing that I do want to point out is Typical Gamer actually has a history of stealing Hamlinz kills. So if they meet up, I'm kind of curious to see how many he can steal from Hamlinz, because in one of our top 5s, actually, we saw Hamlinz was like, Typical Gamer just stole my kill, and that actually secured the victory for his team the first time. So we could see a little rematch here. I'm really liking the way this is playing out.
And this is a storyline, right? It's really generated around Hamlinz, essentially. He needs to kind of go big. But speaking of that, it looks like it's going to be Typical right now having to make somewhat of a play. He calls himself the Typical Gamer, but he's exactly the opposite. Is a phenomenal one in this regard, one of the best Fortnite players that we have in the game currently. And we'll see what he can try to pull off in this situation. Not many players up, 15 remaining engagements, and he will make one more knockdown happen, and there's another player. A Rust Lord decides to sacrifice himself for the respectiveness of the love for the team.
There. That was literally a meat shield. He put his body right in front of.
But just like that, there's actually 2 players that Hamlinz has in front of him right now. This could be a full squad.
I think he's pulling up. I think he's pulling up into a fight that's already going on, and he's going to see if he could sneak in some kills.
Yeah, finding the best way to approach it. He was just hanging back. Now he's going to go in for the full kills. He does have 2 players just below him. He hasn't shot just yet. Still trying to play that sneaky beaver roll. Now here we go. He's going for the engage. Gets a couple of shots on that player. Of course, they're going to build up. He's going to cop down. He's going to make quick work of this player. Hopefully so. But of course, that player builds up. Really intense at this point. He's going to take the high ground. Spots another player as well. He gets the damage. He gets the knockdown. He's got 2
very
more
low
to
health.
work about. He's at 84 health. Of course, 1 blast shot from a shotgun could end his tournament life. Looking at it so far. Gets another knock. A player building up. He gets the high ground. He's got to edit below him.
His
not able
pump
to
shotgun
do so.
is empty.
His pump shotgun's empty. He's got to remain. He goes for the tack. He gets a couple of hits off of that guy's health. No more shields remaining on the enemy opponent. He is still building a huge build war going down.
These are very competent players he's playing against right now.
Of course,
but
I
he's
think
holding the high ground. No, here comes the pulse grenade play. He could knock them off and get a free down.
I think there's only one player though that he's going against.
No, there's at least 2 more.
At least 2 more.
Yes. He downed LeBron James. There was still the pink-haired girl, and there was one more character.
How ridiculous does that sound? Seriously.
Welcome to Fortnite Esports, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting into the thick of things. Not many players left, and like we talked about, where is this guy lingering? There's so many mats. They're literally inside of so many building structures, so many mats left to go, and where is this player at? He might have just spotted him through the wall. There's the opportunity.
Okay.
Happens to get the nice little edit, has the wall in his favor. And it looks like he will start to disengage a little bit. Wants to back up and realizes, hey, the storm's actually right on my heels, so I might have to do this for a reason. Grabs the jetpack, but has to escape. He takes 30 damage in that situation and desperately needs to try to jetpack away.
This is so dangerous. Plus, he doesn't know if there's going to be players.
Typical's here. Typical can try to grab this kill.
Typical, if he grabs these kills, could in fact secure the lead for the next.
Oh
24 health remaining.
He has a
Can
med
Hamlinz
kit,
get out of it? He's got a
thankfully.
med kit, but of course the storm is so incredibly close behind him. He still has those players pushing behind him. They have not dropped just yet.
Run,
Of course,
Hamlinz,
we still
run!
have 7. He can't get away. There he goes. He finally breaks the storm. Now he's got to turn his
Needs to
attention
heal
back
up.
behind.
He's got to right here.
He's got to heal, but of course that's going to give Typical the opportunity to get these kills because those
And
players are
Typical's-
still running through.
And this is a little bit of a delay. Typical is actually watching directly toward the storm right now once we see Hamlinz go for the revive. So he's waiting to see anyone who comes out of the storm, any frags that he can find. He knows that we just saw Hamlinz go into a fight. He's watching, so we'll see if he can find any exiting kills, any players that are coming out. And yes, he does
Those are
spot
the
at
same
least
players.
one. There's structures coming in from 2, and there's about to be a 3rd on his flank. Not many up, but it looks like it will be Typical who spots almost every single one of them. Here comes the edit, but he's having to play very, very passively at the same time. Here comes the snipe, and welcome to your knockdown. A fantastic 55-meter headshot to the skull as Typical Gamer looking absolutely insane with a multitude of weapons.
What a final you could. Oh my gosh, and he gets another kill. He's pumped up. He says, oh baby, let's go. As we're seeing now, he's currently sitting
even
at
emoting, bro.
He
He's
even
like,
emoted.
Which
Look how
emote was
close
that?
this
There's an
is.
emote with a basketball?
10, and now he's got 8. So it's 10-8 currently with the 2-kill lead. Of course, still 5 engagements remaining. You couldn't write this even if you were the best storyteller out here. It's been a 1v1 of the ages. As you guys know, it's been 1v4 situations non-stop between the two of them. They have finally converged, and now anybody getting in their way, God bless their soul, because, hey, they are just going to get absolutely decimated by either which one. Typical Gamer, though, does have a little advantage. He's going to be leading the way from Hamlinz. So if there's any players atop this hill that he spots, or in general just on top of this hill, he'll have the first engagement. But Hamlinz following close behind to
3
potentially get it. And, of course, 3 kills is, in fact, going to be the current lead. And look at it. He's still talking. He's still pumped up from it. And you can't blame him, Ribs. You've been in these situations before. He's got to be feeling great.
Yeah, but Hamlinz too. The fact that he's still alive right now, it's a testament to his awareness in that situation. He was doing so well in that fight. There was still 2 players left, but they were turtling and they were doing a good job of stalling. And then here comes the gas, and he did a very good job staying ahead of that gas, using the pulse grenades and the jetpacks. And he could use that to get a few more kills here and put him and Myth in a good situation for game 2.
It's so close. I mean, you can't call it either which way. We're
Oh, yeah,
definitely
man.
going into round 2, and that's going to be the deciding factor. And I guarantee you, TSM's not going tilted again. They're
And
going to be
Hamlinz has
hanging out.
spotted someone. He has gotten into an engagement. We'll see if Typical can try to steal this one away. Of course, Hamlinz just trying to grab some shield. He does have the jetpack. If he vends to use it, can kind of try to bounce himself up to a possible fight, but it looks like the grenade launcher, that's a
Watch
perfectly placed one, needing to try and escape, having to use the mats above his head just to block the
They're going to give
enemy.
up their high ground and jump down on him? They
They
are.
could be doing this, yes, and it looks like Hamlinz has to go for the engagements. He realizes that Typical Gamer is just on his heels. This happened just 2 weeks ago, but can Hamlinz get the last laugh in this particular situation?
Yes, he
A big
can.
moment, and yes,
Nice
gets the
edit.
nice build edit. Will take down 1, now up to 8 kills here for Hamlinz. The battle's coming through. This is exactly where Hamlinz likes to sit. This is where he thrives, and can he do it here? And the biggest moment of this tournament, and yes, finds another one.
That ties
Only
it.
3 players remain in this lobby here, boys.
Yep, that just tied it up, and now we got 3 engagements remaining. Good loot coming in. Of course, though, they're not really concerned with that. As have we see, of course, he's a little bit delayed. He's just watching those kills, trying desperately to knock down that bridge to potentially take over that kill. Not able to do so, and now he knows it's all tied up. He's got to get some kills to at least have a little bit of padding going into the second round. Only 3 players remaining. And, of course, the circle is going to be collapsing down. Of course, those players will, in fact, come out in the wash. Don't know where they're at just yet. They're going to be hiding it out, and, of course, I would be too. But, hey, Hamlinz, Typical Gamer, they're hot on the heels of the enemy opponents. Of course, it's going to just, time will tell if they'll be able to find them and who will get the final 3 kills.
Huge plays there from Hamlinz. gonna put them down only by 1 kill.
That's nothing heading into this next game, really. I mean, obviously means something, but
how
that's a
different
player, right? There's 96 coming in this next game. There's gonna be few and far between. It's not gonna be a problem. But,
I mean, but think about it, Landon and Ribs. I mean, they lost a player both early on, both of the teams.
Oh yeah, this has been a 1v1.
This has been a 1v1, and honestly, when we saw Myth drop, we were like, Hamlinz, no, right? But
yeah, we thought it was over.
But then all of a sudden,
Deep ends up dropping.
Deep ends up dropping, and now we're in this situation. And if he would have hit that, if
that player wouldn't have just happened to kind of get that secondary ramp just behind him, that would have been.
It's like the 3rd tomato head we've seen in this lobby. That character is so funny. Oof. All right, big fight coming out. Keep in mind now, there's only 3 players left in the lobby outside.
This guy's got rockets too.
This might be the last team of 3.
Needs to be careful. Up close and personal fight. Players from all different angles. Hamlinz needs to be aware of such, and it looks like he is just that. Goes for the edit. Nearly takes down one, and yes,
Big
will be
plays.
able to do it. It also manages to put the ramps at his backside. The incredible awareness coming through from Hamlinz. Phenomenal play. You're not going to see too many guys be able to escape with their life along with the frag, let alone even both of those things.
So with that kill, he's going to tie it up, and that's going to leave 2 people left. There's going to be a 2v2 left in this lobby. And keep in mind, guys, this is only game number 1 here of Grand Final set number 2. And there's the headshot. That big tomato is going to go down.
Splatters everywhere.
And now 1 player left right now, and it could end with a tie if Hamlinz is able to get this kill.
And there it is. That looks like it's going to be the final one out.
But can Hamlinz steal it? And he does.
No, typical gamer.
Typical
gamer got it. So
the rocket to the face, despite the pump shot, just too much more powerful.
So what is it?
They're up 2. They're up 2.
No, they're up. I think it's 13-11. They're up 2. Wow. A 1v1, 13-11 going in.
Man.
Almost disastrous as Myth went down and tilted early on. I thought it was I was
I'm not
so
even
nervous.
playing and I'm stressed out.
I'm telling you,
stuff.
this is
beautiful stuff.
Are you crying, Taylor?
I am thinking about it. I'm an ugly crier, though, so I'm going to hold back on that. But
Can we get a nice zoom-in shot on Taylor if he ends up crying? If TSM wins this game, we're going to carry Taylor throughout the set and hang him on our shoulders.
I love TSM. I'm a huge TSM fan. Okay,
I swear to God, you're crying right now.
But no, I'm not crying, bro. But seriously, come on. You couldn't call it. Look, Hamlinz, a typical gamer, they have this history already, right? He's been in this situation before, of course. This time it's a little bit different. He's already secured $7,000 at least. But, of course, we've already talked about back-to-back series. Both the energy levels from TSM and Typical Gamer Typical Gamer and Sore Thieves looking at their screens, especially Typical Gamer, they are hype. And they have to be at this point, right? Yeah. This is one of the best finals we have had so far in Friday Fortnite. And everything is on the line. I have the best seat in the house. I'm so excited to watch this. This is exactly how I want to spend my Friday evening. And guys in the chat, you gotta please let us know who are you calling. Use the hashtag hashtag Friday Fortnite to let us know on Twitter who do you think will take this final round. Only 2 kills separate them. Landon, Ribs, my buddies, my pals. Come on, talk to me, please.
Listen. The question's been for the past few months when all these players have been getting picked up by these orgs, like, will Fortnite succeed as an esport? And like this is grassroots esports right here for Fortnite. Like, we don't even know if this is going to be the format, but look how hype it is. Look how close it is. And this is just like a public lobby. We don't even know who these players are that we're fighting against. And some of these guys are good. Some of these guys are really good.
Really good.
And it's coming down to the wire every single week, and you got to love it. It's a perfect example that this is going to be an esport for a long time coming.
Oh, absolutely. Like, we've been talking about, like, week after week after week. It's not as if, like, the matches are getting stale. They're getting more exciting.
Yes.
Like, it's as if, like, like games can kind of have, like, a little bit of a shaky start. This one has been nothing but just an absolute explosion as far as the potential that this title has to be a really big, kind of esports, kind of titan essentially in the industry. So I think it's fair to say, I think you bring up a really good point there, Ribs, is that, like, we are in the very infancy of what Fortnite esports is. We don't even know if we're playing in the actual mode yet. We're playing in custom lobbies with the amount of RNG that comes into each game, and yet it is still so competitive and so intense is just honestly a witness to how great this game is. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's the final map, $10,000 going to our first place team. It's our final game of our Friday Fortnite Week 4 tournament. It's time to land, and it looks like it will be the TSM guys first on our screen, just off toward the right, as they're going to be going toward Retail Row. They're already thinking about the purchase that they're going to make with that cash.
And you know what? Honestly, that was a great transition, by the way. I really like that a lot. But, oh, no, we got a pickaxe battle going down.
Hamlinz, do not let this happen again. Myth does not have a revolver.
Oh, this is so dangerous already.
Okay,
of course,
Myth's
Retail.
got a shoddy.
This is the first time we've seen any teams go Retail right off the rip.
Yeah,
So
this is funny.
This
It
is
had
quite
to be the bus, the location of the bus, the route the bus took that made them think that. So now they have a jump pad. They're going to meet up. Myth has a shotgun, so they're just going to stay together. That was scary right there.
Oh, yeah.
That was very scary. If Hamlinz chased that guy into that doorway, there was a good chance the guy would have turned around with a weapon. And that was a very smart play. Do not go for the pickaxe battle. For those of you at home,
don't ever do it.
That is the worst thing you could do, because while you're doing that pickaxe battle, his teammate could be coming behind you. So always go for a weapon. Don't sacrifice any health. And now he's met up with his teammate, and I don't think either one of them are going to go down. They've been shooting so straight tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have, as we're looking. Not a good setup so far, at least when we're talking about overall inventory-wise. But he does have that green pump in his back pocket, of course. I look at that gray revolver, and normally I would disregard it, but already I've seen
it's actually Hamlinz.
Hamlinz has it now, so we'll see what he can be able to do with it. But already another fight going down as they're both going to engage on and making quick work of that leprechaun, it looked like.
No
Quite
luck,
interesting.
no luck for her.
Yeah. No luck for the leprechaun going down, but hey, we're seeing it. You don't want to be going against the TSM boys. They're on fire already. Retail
if they can get out of this ramp, that'd be great.
And to be quite honest with you, so the reason why I think they went Retail is because they got into the fight quickly. It's not so much about the location, but about already getting your feet on the ground, getting an inventory, and already getting the kills.
Yeah, and I think they're already tying the game up. They were down by 3. They just quicked up a quick 3, and I believe there should be more players left on the residential side of Retail. And this is good stuff here from TSM. And this, I'm sorry, but this match is going to come down to the wire. I can already tell.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, man, I think as well, like the reason, well, I'll transfer that in here in just a second. Actually, a fight going down right now
Big
here
fight.
for Thief. Big moments in this game. If one player were to drop, that absolutely sets up massive moments. Typical Gamer has dropped. He's fallen. What can Thief do? He needs to steal back this game. Needs to stay up. Has to try to escape.
That's it.
And he drops as well.
That's the game.
Typical and Thief might have just lost their chances of a Friday Fortnite victory.
Salty Springs, their go-to spot, the place that they've been winning all day.
They
that's
were
it.
down 3, and they've already
got 4.
TSM secures their first championship.
Let's watch the reactions.
Friday Fortnite.
Oh my God! In a matter of moments, this game is already done.
That was questionable
Come on,
plays
Myth.
there from Thief. Thief had 99
they don't realize
brick,
it
and
yet.
he didn't build.
Myth doesn't realize it yet, but they've already won. They were down 3. That's 4. They don't realize they've won the game yet.
They're just trying to secure the victory.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose focus in a situation like this. They're even disengaging. Look at his health.
Myth goes down, but
Myth's
this is
gonna go
the
down.
perfect time for him to check at this point. He's got to check. Look at
he's telling him, don't die for me.
Just run. Just run. That's all you need to do. Just get away. We'll evaluate.
I think he's going to realize it. He's got to realize it.
Yeah, he definitely realized it. They won.
Well,
Good
come on,
job
I got to see a
TSM.
reaction. He's got to jump out of his chair or
No,
something.
all right, listen, he plays for a team solo mid. He has a little bit more
I don't
composure
care.
than that. He's not going to pop off over one victory. This is the first. This is the first victory of many for my man Myth. All right.
Wow, the TSM boys finally have secured a victory, and I
Wow,
am so
congratulations.
proud of them for doing so. Myth and Hamlinz playing it out. Hamlinz in the situation before. I've been talking about it over and over and over again, and they have finally secured a victory of $10,000, and that is a new victor. Of course, typical Gamer and Sword Thieves playing phenomenally well, but just coming up short in second place. And of course, still the consistency. $7,000 with the total of earnings in this when it comes to these Friday Fortnites of $17,000, which is a lot of money in general. But man.
Yeah, man, that's absolutely absurd. And, of course, congratulations to our victors. TSM, they finally respond back. We talked about FaZe's victory last week. I mean, off the start of our tournaments, it was a matter of Nick Merckx and Cypher kind of coming out of the gate. Everyone was kind of surprised, like, wow, we didn't actually it's kind of odd to see that particular team win just out of curiosity. Next week we see Typical Gamer and Sword Thief. Where are the competitive teams at? Why are they not winning these tournaments? Where are they? What's happening here? And then in back-to-back weeks we see FaZe Clan win week 3, and of course here in week 4, the majority, the $20,000 when it matters the most, the competitive teams are here to respond back. But man, TSM, they are our champions tonight. Congratulations to Myth and Hamlinz on achieving their championship. And just like that, $10,000 richer.
I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it week number 5 is Ninja's week.
Think so?
Really?
Yeah, we've had 4 separate tournaments and 4 separate winners. Not to mention these players have all made it to the the top 8, top 4. It's pretty consistent that they're up there.
Yeah.
But every time it's somebody else clutching up. I need Ninja to do it once. We all do.
Well, Ninja got second place in the last tournament
Sure.
if you're watching. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely
But
possible.
if you're Ninja, right? I mean, the multitude of esports titles that you played in, second is just basically last for him.
Yes.
Like,
No.
it's
he's
not
so
at all.
competitive.
Like,
He's so competitive.
he's not okay with that.
Yeah.
Like by any means, like the cash, okay, cool, like that's nice and whatnot. But I haven't won yet, and that means that I haven't gotten first. That's all that it matters for any of our
course.
competitors.
Wow,
So.
I can't look. I mean, I know you guys can't see, but Hamlinz is still playing it out to try and get these kills.
I respect it, right?
No,
I mean, just to 100% solidify
locked
that
in.
no other additives that could come in. I mean, just all the props to the TSM boys for obviously coming out clutch
Played
for the
phenomenally
victory,
today.
coming through the losers bracket. I mean, just honestly, just GGs. I think
Yeah.
all around for
Great
these.
so
gameplay today.
the way that we give this money out is we donate it to their streams.
Is that what happens?
That's what we do. We
Okay.
donate to his stream. I would want nothing more than Hamlinz right now to be playing, and then we donate the money to him, and he's like, "Wait, what?" And we won because I don't think he noticed. I don't think he knows it yet. To be honest with
Well,
you.
I think he does, but I think like Myth is probably just telling him, hey, just play it out just to be safe. Like, I'm not sure like the exact ruling behind.
I
a lot
would
of these
love for
things,
the
but-
donation just to come through and just see his reaction with it. I mean, but come on, TSM finally taking it. But what
Well, we
a
can-
tournament!
As well, of course, just kind of waiting to see what exactly occurs with the streams and whatnot. We can kind of talk about like what is this
Yeah.
kind of rivalry between Typical Gamer, Sword Thief, and the TSM boys, let alone especially Hamlinz. I mean, we were watching. I know you brought it up during the I think it was the second series, like game one. The rivalry that has existed, Hamlinz, going up against Typical and Sword Thief in their prior engagements, the ability for those guys to steal the kills. Hamlinz, I mean, he was just so depressed after their loss, and it was just like, we looked so good. We took down FaZe in the losers bracket. We heading into this game. We forced the second best of three. We're feeling pretty confident, and then just right out from underneath them, they lose the match. And he obviously gets the last laugh in this situation, but I mean, I think it only sets up even more storylines, even more rivalries heading into more Friday Fortnite tournaments. And I am ecstatic. I really am. I'm not gonna lie. I was on vacation this past week, and I was hardcore watching Fortnite. Not all the time, but I'm not gonna lie. I was on the beach and I was watching Friday Fortnite. Man, I was
Dedication.
just like, oh yeah, I was watching the tournaments, catching up on the stats, where the placements and whatnot, and it's just an addictive thing to watch, and it really is. It's to me, it's not solidified yet as the next best esport, but it absolutely looks like it's without question there.
There's no other game. There's definitely no other battle royale where you could go into a public lobby like this and just verse against random players, and it's still so competitive.
Oh yeah.
And these top players, these amazing players, are still getting tested by these random players. We don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a perfect testimony to what Fortnite really is. And it's a game that takes RNG, but it still throws it into this pot. And are we going to see a reaction right here?
I think we got, there it is. UMG Events
$5,000.
donated $5,000. Does he know he's still locked in?
Laser focus, man.
Wow, he just got $5,000 donated to him, and he's still focused in on it. But hey, there it is, proof that we pay out, boys, ladies and gentlemen. $5,000.
Top D, baby.
Right there. That's the top donation. I love it. Hey. Honestly, you couldn't get this anywhere else right now other than Friday Fortnite. And, of course, if you guys enjoyed the tournament tonight, tomorrow we're doing a Saturday night Fortnite. It's going to be for at least solid the smaller streamers, smaller YouTubers.
Some great players in there,
Some
though.
great players that I'm really excited to see that we haven't showcased just yet. But on top of that, too,
those could
whoever
be-
wins goes to the Friday Fortnite tournament.
Oh, is that true?
Yep,
believe
whoever
so.
Okay,
wins.
great opportunity for some of these streamers tomorrow.
Absolutely, and it's like an opportunity to obviously win some cash, to have the opportunity. And you could argue, right, we haven't even seen all the talent that Fortnite has to offer yet. We haven't even like scratched the surface for competitive players. I mean, a lot of these guys could be lingering in the bottom streamers. Right? I mean, you guys have the guys who are kind of around maybe the lower viewer levels and whatnot. They could be some of the best players. They just haven't been discovered yet.
Right.
And that's where a lot of the kind of FaZe guys over time, and we talk about the Fortnite community, the players who are in our tournaments right now. 6 months ago, most of them didn't have enough YouTube subscribers. Some of them weren't really streaming a crazy amount as far as Twitch is considered, but now their channels have blown up. They're seeing a crazy amount of success, and they're winning a ton of cash playing just some Fortnite, man. And it's unreal to see, and we could be honestly witnessing that a lot tomorrow as well. Of course, we're also going to be live here exact same time, 4 Eastern
Look
time.
at that. Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at
There
he's
he
pumped up. That's what I'm talking about. That gets me pumped up, too.
And honestly, like we talk about a lot of storylines coming into this tournament. We talk about like Ninja's, obviously match, his kind of showdown that he has. Myth saw a little bit of an early exit. He hasn't really had a crazy amount of really top placements in our Friday Fortnite. This is his kind of first opportunity to say, like, hey, I am one of the best players in this game, and this tournament goes to show why I am considered to be one of the best. He really hasn't had that specific result. He hasn't had that one necessarily next to his name as of yet, and now's the opportunity to have it. He can gloat now. He can feel confident. He's got $5,000 richer. I wouldn't blame him.
It's like you said, a lot of these players now that are sponsored by these big orgs, they still have a lot to prove.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, they're coming
absolutely.
from other games, not typically BR games.
You go to an organization like TSM, you got to have something to
and
prove.
it has a lot of pressure, and I think that pressure is really molding them into the players that they're becoming. And Myth and Hamlinz, congratulations to them again. Like I said, I feel they're going to continue to win throughout their careers, and they really do belong to they do deserve to be on TSM.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Landon, go ahead and close this out, man. But honestly, it's been phenomenal. This is your first time casting Fortnite. You did extremely well.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you, man, for coming on. Thank you. And
it's an honor.
And he'll be back tomorrow, guys. If you enjoyed his casting, of course, we'll also have Ryan back tomorrow as well for the Saturday 5K. I'm not closing it out, but it sounds like it. I'm going to hand it over to Landon, but I'm just saying my last final bit. Thank you so much for coming by, guys. Honestly, we appreciate all your support. We just hit 3 million views on the channel, and I got to tell you, that is a great goal that we just reached, and it's only going to keep growing from there because of you guys, the community, supporting us. Now I'm handing over to Landon. I'm Taylor Noble Reflections_I, along with my buddy over here. Go ahead and sign yourself out.
J_Ribs. Currently, Ghost Gaming's Gears of War player. We just got done winning a championship, but Fortnite's where it's at, man, and I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and there's going to be plenty more to come.
All right. Thank you very much. Landon, go ahead and close us out, buddy.
Thank you, finally, Taylor. I appreciate it, pal. But, yeah, guys, if you haven't done so already, we are actually doing a giveaway right now. So make sure to, of course, use ! giveaway quickly in the chat before, of course, the tournament does come to a close, before the stream, of course, rather does come to a close. We got 10,000 V-Bucks, a Corsair keyboard to give away, UMG Prime, a lot of awesome prizes to, of course, be awarded. And all you have to do is just use the ! Giveaway in the chat and follow the Gleam link to kind of follow exactly how you can enter. And I think there's like 10+ different ways, so a lot of opportunities to, of course, be entered in toward that raffle and whatnot. So along with that, of course, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to follow us on Twitch. What are you doing? Friday Fortnite tournaments, we're live every single week. We're also doing one tomorrow, like Taylor mentioned, on Saturday. $5,000 being awarded to some of even more top players to come as well. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the follow button here on Twitch. And of course, even visit us on YouTube, youtube.com/UMG events. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and where you can obviously watch all of our past VODs. If you want to go back and watch Ninja's amazing play, the revolver shot that saved TSM, go back and watch that. Of course, all of our VODs live on demand at youtube.com/UMG events. If you want to play in some of our tournaments, win some cash here in Fortnite, you can obviously do so by visiting us on umggaming.com, and also by grabbing yourself a Prime membership to play in some of our very high-class tournaments as well. Our entire staff would love to obviously watch you guys play some awesome Fortnite. And if you guys have any top plays as well, feel free to submit them to us at creative@umggaming.com, or by also using the hashtag UMGTop5. We want to award you guys for your top moments, your top plays, and give you guys the credit that you deserve. Of course, that's going to be myself, Landon Sanders, of course, joined alongside by Reflections and Ribs, Ryan, and production team as well, saying good night from UMG Studio. Wish you all a fantastic evening.